punish your exes for breaking your heart. Some exes deserve punishment, full-blown punishment for how much they have hurt us, broken our hearts, taken us for granted, and messed up with us. So I'm going to teach you how to punish all your exes that have broken your heart. Pay attention to this video because it is going to be very, very useful to you. I know many of you are raged. Many of you are bittered. Many of you want to make your exes pay back. I will teach you how to punish your exes for breaking your heart. My name is Okoro Blessing in Kiroka, and I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO, your number one certified, most controversial relationship and mental expert in Africa. Now, I want you to pay attention if you're on this video. Definitely everybody have an ex. In as much as people are saying, I am not your ex, everybody do have an ex. And many of us are still living in the past with the pains of what our exes have put us through in life. Some of us has not been able to move on based on the pain, the past pain that we are going through. So we've held on to this grudge into our future. So that's the reason why your exes deserve punishment. Before we start on the punishment, let me tell you something. Compatibility is different from connection. When you have this understanding of compatibility and connection, you will know how to deal with your exes. Because you like someone does not mean that you are meant to be with them. It is not everything that you like and buy that you want to keep. It's like buying a China product. There are some kind of China products that you buy, you know it will not last for you. Give it 6 months, it's going to expire. Because something is shining and because something is beautiful doesn't make it original. Right? So because you are connected to somebody, because you like someone, because you claim you fell in love with somebody, doesn't mean that they'll be in your life. Now, when you understand connection and compatibility, it's going to help you a lot. Some of your exes are not meant to be in your life. They are not meant to follow you to the next phase of your life. You connect with people on different levels. There's a level you will be in your life, you can connect with a certain people. As you grow, some people must go. There is a level you are going to be with. The person you were friends with 5 years ago will not be able to be your friend now. Because some people cannot comprehend growth. I have told you this thing before. Some people cannot stand movement. Some people enjoy stagnancy. Some people enjoy backwardness. Some people cannot stand movement. Movement is a force. Some people don't have that energy to move. Sometimes it's not their fault. It's not because they want to hurt you, but that's who they are. Some people are comfortable in their comfort zone where they don't want to move. They don't have strength. So when you become a force and you want to move, it becomes a problem. Compatibility is when you and somebody cannot share the same goal. There is nothing to talk about. We like each other, and that's the reason why sometimes you can like somebody so much, but each time the both of you are together, there's always a fight. But the moment you people are apart, you guys start to talk. Have you not noticed such relationship? Anytime the person comes close to you, buzz boost. But whenever the person travels back, lovey. You guys can't stay together. And you cannot marry anybody without compatibility. I like you, yes. But we can't connect. This compatibility starts from a conversation. What are we talking about? Because if you cannot communicate with people, you cannot be compatible with them. Because compatibility starts from understanding. And for us to understand... Sorry about that. And for us to understand one another, we must be able to communicate. We must be able to speak each other's language. Some of you like people so much, but you cannot communicate with your spouses. There is no way you people can live together. One person is not understanding the other person. Every time you are with this person, there's an argument. One person does not want to hear the other person. The next thing, there's a fight, there's an argument, there is blasgoos. That is compatibility. Now, when you don't have this thing, you can't stay with people. Sometimes, these people that we call our exes are not that bad. Thank you, darling. They are not as bad as we paint them. But sometimes when we are not compatible with people, we think that they are bad, they are our enemies. No. I used to say it, because we disagree does not mean we are enemies. If you use the social media space as an example, you will see some people, just because I said something you did not agree with today, they will insult me. Listen, get out, you are useless, you are stupid, feminist, you don't marry, useless, they will insult me. Then when I say what they like tomorrow, they will applaud me. Are you getting the logic? Now, those kind of people are people who are senseless. Yes, when you understand compatibility, you will understand that we all have different diverse opinion. So the compatibility comes in when you can drive your point. When your husband can say, baby, why don't we wear white shirt? And you not say, baby, no, white shirt is not good though. Where we are going to now, rain might fall. Why don't we do black? There is without communication, you cannot be compatible with anybody. Some of you can't talk to the people you say you love. Let them go. It's not because they are bad. They are not bad people. You guys just can't stay. When you learn this, then you will now understand how to punish your ex. The easiest way to punish your exes is to leave them alone. Do you know what I realized? So many times our ex did not do us anything. I've said it in a couple of my videos. Our anger is they did not meet our expectation. That's our anger. Yes. So many times, it is on very few occasions, if we begin to investigate that our ex, maybe you just met a player that lied to you, la 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 la. But on many occasions, our exes did not do us anything. We just built a certain expectation from them and they could not meet it. We were connected to them, but we're not compatible. So we forced ourselves. Some of you have lost your identity. Some of you have lost yourself just because you are trying to fit into connection that is not compatible. Many of you have tried to shrink your personality just because you are trying to be compatible with somebody. It did not still work. But when you meet people you are compatible with, you don't need to shrink. You are going to be yourself. They are going to be themselves. And you guys are going to understand who you are, who your identities are, and agree and decide to come. That's compatibility. Compatibility does not require anybody shrinking, anybody lying, or anybody faking. Sometimes you lie in a relationship when you are trying to shrink for the next person. You are trying to see whether people will be compatible by shrinking. You don't need to shrink. So many times, a lot of you get so hurt when you have shrinked yourself to a certain level and it did not still work. You become bitter, you become angry, you become pained. That's what happens to you. You shrink yourself so much, you hurt yourself so much because you're trying to fit into a space that you know it's not going to work. In a relationship, if you want to know that a relationship is not working, when you start to shrink yourself, know that relationship is not meant for you. No matter how much you shrink yourself, if you are not compatible with people, you're not compatible with them. Connection is not enough. Connection is more of attraction. I see you, I like you. Can I stay with you? Am I not able to stay with you? I've said it before. Some people have what is called a pattern. Pattern is the way people live their life. The way they chose to live their life. And some people that will tell you that if I don't watch football every Saturday, I'm not okay. Some people will tell you that if I don't go to club every Saturday and Friday, I will not be normal. Some people will tell you that if I don't hang out with my friends, if I don't play basketball, pattern. They have a pattern where they've lived their life. Some people's life, they already have how they live their life. They come back from the office, they enter the club, they drink. There's a pattern to their life. Some people, they have seen cheating as a pattern. Every Saturday I need to pick up a girl. I need to knock a girl. I need a fresh girl. It's a pattern. Remember that pattern is a choice. Pattern is the way you have organized your life. That's how you want to live. Pattern is like routine. When you say, I want to come from the office, I'll go to the market, I'll take my kids to school. That's what pattern is. So there's a pattern of your life. It's called, we can call it a routine. The way you have programmed your life, the way you want your life to be. Now, when people come into your life, they need to adjust to that pattern. Either you adjust your pattern or they adjust to the pattern. That's the reason why when you get into people's life and you start to date them and you see their pattern, from the beginning you start to tell them, baby, it's either you are ready to adjust or I cannot follow this your pattern. No. I can't follow this pattern. We have to tweak it a bit. Now, you now know that this person like you if they are ready to adjust that pattern for you. Just for you to enter. But if they're not ready to adjust the pattern, then you have to endure that pattern. That pattern is what you people always complain about. That thing that you saw, somebody refused to change for you, is pattern. It's not a character. That thing it's called a pattern. That's how they want to live their lives. And they don't want to change it for anybody. Love simply means when somebody comes into your life, you will adjust your pattern for them because you know that there's an extra. But some people don't want to adjust their pattern for you. They say, love me the way I am. Some women, because you are desperate to marry, you will follow the man's pattern. When you marry the man, you start to complain over the same pattern that you endured. Now, when you go into people's life, compatibility simply means, can I cope with this? Both male and both female. You guys now start to communicate about it. Baby, this one you're always going out every Saturday to watch football. What happened? He will not explain to you. You not tell him, baby, now you work from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday is when we have time for each other now. Please now, I want to be with you. Let's communicate. Let's see if we can adjust that pattern for you. Because if your husband doesn't watch ball, or your boyfriend does not watch ball for one Saturday, he will not die. But some people will make it look as if the ball, their life is tied to the ball. But it's not tied. It's a pattern. That's the pattern that they were doing when they were single. And when they are getting married, they're not ready to adjust that pattern. It becomes a problem. You can imagine a man that works 8 to 5 every Monday to Friday, and on Saturday he'll go and watch ball, on Sunday he'll go to church. What time do you have to sit down with your wife? So if you're getting married, you must be ready to say, okay, let me be watching this football once in a while. I will not die if I don't watch the football. But there are some men that would rather give up their family than football. It's a pattern. Remember that if there is no light, they can do without this football. Yes, if they are sick, they can do without this football. If their guys send them on an assignment where they don't have access to television, they can do without this football. But they cannot do without the football if it's their wife. These are the issues in relationship and marriage. Where people don't want to coin their pattern. You know this thing people are saying, I'm used to it. It's my lifestyle. That thing is something they can change. They were not born with it now. The only thing people cannot change are the things that they were born with. Just like somebody have K-leg and you don't have money to go to, that's how they were born. Somebody's mouth is like, that's how they were born. You don't have power to. But you see character, patterns and attitude. It's what people can change now. They don't just want to change it for you. That is where compatibility comes in. Compatibility comes in when people are ready to adjust to accommodate you. Did you hear what I said? Compatibility comes in when people are ready to adjust to let you in. Some people don't want to adjust. They still want to remain the way they are. So because they remain the way they are, you are shrinking. Where's my AC remote? Do you understand where I'm giving you a simple theoretical pattern, right? Now, people don't want to adjust their patterns and their lifestyle. You that love them will start to shrink to enter there. Remember, they've occupied the whole place. There's no space for you. They don't even want to shift small to accommodate you. You are forcing yourself inside the door. Do you now see where you lose your identity? That's when you begin to do the things you're not supposed to do. You begin to act like an idiot. You begin to overdo things. You begin to do wife material for boyfriend. You begin to pat your legs. They will give you anal sex. Knock you through the eye. Knock you through the nose. You begin to overdo things. That thing you are overdoing, you are shrinking yourself. You don't want to cry when you want to cry. You don't want to complain when it hurts you. You are shrinking yourself. There's no space. And when you shrink yourself, it's a forceful movement. When the person can just adjust for you to enter, it simply means they don't want you to be there. They are so comfortable the way they are, so they will shrink you. That is it. Did I give a perfect analysis? That's what happens to many of you in a relationship. They are not willing to make an attempt. The real love is when somebody comes into your life and they adjust for you to enter. There's enough space for you to walk around. Because there is no way somebody can come into your life without you making adjustments. It's not possible. People must make adjustments to accommodate others. It's like when you are single, you already have a pattern the way you live your life. When you are start a relationship, you must adjust that pattern now. It's except you're not ready to date. When you're not married, you also readjust the pattern. Yes, but some people want to be in a relationship and still be living single life. These are the issues. They will not be hearing things like, love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. You need to love me for who I am. Who are you exactly? Circumstances, situation makes us draft. I'm looking for my AC remote. I'm getting hot. Oh, circumstances and situation makes us. Circumstances and situation makes us draft patterns for our life. Now, the essence of this pattern is it is us that drafted it. Pattern is like a guide, the way you want to live your life, your personal way of living life. That's pattern. I don't know if you're getting my point. Pattern is your own personal way you have programmed your life. Love, when love comes in, that's what enables you to adjust that pattern. Because I love this person, well, let me create space. It's like when you used to sleep on your bed when you are single and you spread your whole leg. Only you will put one pillow in between your leg. You will put one on your head. You will use one on your waist. You will use one at your back. Only you will use the 4 pillow. When people come into your life, you have to share the 4 pillow now. That way you were sleeping before, you will not have to be sleeping in one corner. You will not be spreading your leg because someone is like, you want to learn on top of the person. You adjust your sleeping pattern. You adjust some certain things in your life just to accommodate the next person. That is where love comes in. Now, the point is, some people are not ready to adjust and you are forcing yourself. That is where compatibility and connection comes in. I like to use myself as an example, right? When I was married to my ex, we were never compatible. When I was going through a divorce with my ex, the first thing I told him is, I don't hate you. I love you. And I still love you. But we can't stay. The more I stay with you, the more you are likely to kill me. He will not kill me out. Don't get it twisted. This domestic violence story I'm telling you about my ex was not born out of hate. My ex-husband did not hate me. He was beating me out of love. Oh, don't get it twisted. My ex-husband loved me with his life. Hey. It was with the same love that he was beating me. I almost killed me. The same love he beat me to coma. The same love he beat me on our wedding day. The same love he beat me at childbirth. Still the same love. He did not hate me. Why? Because we were connected, but we were not compatible. That was it. It wasn't because he didn't love me. I've told you before, there are some times that you need to love people from afar. You love them, but they are not supposed to be in your life. But we've not learned that in this part of the world. Outside the country, you can see people who are divorced are still friends. Even if they have children, you can go and see your daddy, you can come and see your mommy. Yes, they're still friends. But in Nigeria, in Africa, we've not learned compatibility. We think that because we cannot live with people, they are our enemy. Just because Blessing said what I don't like, she's my enemy. Just because I disagreed with Blessing on this post, she's my enemy. No, I'm not your enemy. Just because we don't share the same school of thought, Blessing is an idiot. Just because Blessing is not going to my church, Blessing is a bastard. Nope. We've not gotten to that level in this part of Africa. That's why it's hard for us to relate with people. That's why we have so much witchcraft in Africa. It's because they've not understood compatibility. There's so much witchcraft because people have not been able to respect other people's space. We just feel that so long as people cannot do the things that we do, they are our enemy. If Blessing does not cover body and wear hijab like me, she's my enemy. Because Blessing is wearing bomb shot and showing cleavage, she's my enemy. No. No, we are not enemies. Because we disagree does not mean we are fighting. We are not fighting. It is just a disagreement. And many times we disagree because we are not on the same mental capacity. Yes. Some of you would disagree with a lot of things I'm saying right now because you have not experienced what you have not gotten to my mental capacity. In the next 5 years, a lot of you will still come back to me and tell me, Blessing, I love you. You don't expect an 18-year-old child to understand where I'm coming from. She's just a baby. No. An 18-year-old child will be she's still in love. She's still youthful exuberance. It takes a mature person to be able to connect with Blessing. That's why everybody cannot like me. Because I am in chapter 35 of my book. Some people are still in chapter 2. Some people are still reading the title of the book. So it is from the title. No. They've not read the book. Me, I have read chapter 35. I'm moving to chapter 38. So I don't expect everybody to understand where I'm coming from. Some people will understand as life begins to teach them lessons. That's why so many people don't even believe my age. I'm 32 years and people say it's a lie. People don't believe my age because I experienced life at a very young age. I started my life at 15 years with a man. I married at 18 years. I divorced at 21 years. That's why I have this kind of knowledge that many of you do not have. Experience is what gave me this knowledge. That's why sometimes I sound older than my age. Yes, I know. Because I'm vast. People don't even believe I'm 32. Because I sound like one old woman. I know. Experience gave me that. So until you begin to understand connection and compatibility. Now, because you like Blessing, does not mean you can stay with me. So many of you who like me on Instagram only like what I post. You might not be able to deal with my personality. If they keep me and you now in the same space, you might not like me again. Yes, you will now realize that you did not like me as a person. No. The only thing you like was what Blessing was saying, because at that point, Blessing was talking to you. Didn't mean you like me. You just connected with that thing I was saying at that point in time. That's why people will love me today and they will hate me tomorrow. Love me today, hate me next tomorrow. They are confused. Their love is confused. Blessing, I'm a fan today. Blessing, I'm disappointed in you tomorrow. Blessing, I'm a fan today. I understand you next tomorrow. That's the reason why. Because when you say something, people can connect to that thing that you said, not your person. The day you say something that they don't connect with, they curse you. So, but there are lots of my friends that don't agree with what I'm saying. But they are still my friends. They've been my friends for years. It's not everything that I say that my friends like. Just like me now on Instagram. It's not everything that Daddy Freeze say that I agree with. But Daddy Freeze is my friend. I respect him a lot. What did I do? If Daddy Freeze says something I don't agree with, I'll swipe and pass. When I meet him one-on-one, we can have the argument. We eat, we drink. There are lots of things Dr. Kemi Oluloyo say I don't agree with. I'll pass. So I'm not hating them just because they don't go with my opinion. No. That's their opinion. They did not hate me because there are so many things I say that they don't even agree with. There are lots of my friends that I'll say some certain things, they don't agree with me. They'll pass. We understand that sometimes when we meet, we discuss it. Let's we will argue about it. Lots of my friends don't agree with me with what I say, but we are still besties. I'm still best friends. So a lot of people have not understood connection and compatibility. The only thing that they love you when they are connected to you. Some people will only like you when you say what they like. When you say how they feel. The day you don't say how they feel, they will hate you. It's not supposed to be that way. Connection is not compatibility. You must learn it. If you don't learn connection and compatibility, you will be a bitter person. A lot of people have become bitter today because of lack of understanding. A lot of people have become a sadist, which some of you have gone extra mile just because of this word, connection and compatibility. Just because you want to force yourself into people's life. You don't force compatibility. They know they use juju do compatibility. They don't use jazz do that one. You know the funniest part? You can connect to anybody, but you cannot be compatible with everybody. Very few people will be compatible with you. You can like so many people, but you can't keep so many people. You can love so many people, but you can't keep a lot of people. You will keep very few people, because if you keep too many people in your life will be occupied. You'll be confused. If your circle is so much, you will always get into trouble. So you must pick people who will stay in your life and people who you will see and go. People you will greet and go. So that is connection and compatibility. Because I like you does not mean I want to marry you. Because I love you does not mean I want to marry you. Love is not marriage. I can love you so much and not be compatible with you. Yes. I can meet you anytime we see ourselves, we throw ourselves on the bed, we have sex, we go out. I can spend money on you, but I cannot stay with you. Ooh, lo. You don't know. I connect with you on every level, but I'm not compatible with you. That's why a lot of men marry women they don't even love. That's why a lot of women marry men that they don't even love. Sometimes that person that you love, you're not compatible with them. You can learn to love people, but you cannot learn compatibility. It takes a lot. But love, you can love. If people are nice to you, it's easy to fall in love with them. But compatibility is hard. So it is that compatibility that so many people want to shrink themselves. And it's not working. So when you try to shrink yourself into people's life and they refuse, you say they are wicked. They are not wicked. They are not compatible with you. So when you learn compatibility and connection, your life will be better. Just like as I was giving you guys an illustration with my ex-husband. Each time I talk about my ex-husband, people feel that I hate him. No. I don't hate my ex-husband. No. He knows, Seb, I don't hate him. We are not just compatible. I had to get to that point to forgive him. He did not do me anything. No. I was done with his pattern of life. I left my ex-husband because I could not deal with his pattern of life. My ex-husband have remarried. He did not change. But he married a woman who adjusted to the pattern. Remember, I was with my ex since 15 years. And my ex has been beating me from 15 years to 21 years. I left. Yes. The beating did not start. The beating started from the relationship. I was following his pattern. I got to a point of my life where I said, if I follow this man's pattern, he'll kill me. Because he was not ready to adjust. It's a way of life for him. Now, as my ex even remarried, he is still beating his wife. Not because that's his pattern. My ex believed that I have to beat a woman to correct her. My ex believed that I have to beat a woman to show I'm a man. Not because I don't love her. It's his pattern of life. That's how he was brought up. And he's not willing to change it. Why? Because it's like, pattern is like a bad behavior. A man knows that he has a bad behavior. Instead of him to change that bad behavior, he will change the woman. A woman has a bad behavior. She has a pattern. Each time you complain about that behavior, instead of her to change it, she will change you, the man, to another person that will tolerating it. Yes, that's what people do. People don't change. They just change their partners. They will look for that person, that doormat that can. Some people don't like it when you challenge their pattern. No, don't challenge me. Leave my bad character for me. They will look for a woman that will be taking that cheating from them. That's his pattern now. And that was what I said in one of my videos, right? We have two types of people. People that crack bone and people that eat meat. There are some women that like suffering. As a relationship therapist, I'm telling you this with some people enjoy suffering. They like it. Some people enjoy pity party. They like playing victim. They like it. There is nothing you want to say. They like being the victim. They like it. You can't talk them out of. Those kind of people have their kind of men. We, the people that don't like to play victim, we are strong women that own up to our mistakes and responsibility and we move. We have our kind of men. That is the reason why no matter how bad you say your ex is, he must find somebody that like him. If you like, say your ex is a killer, your ex put knife for your neck, your ex stab you, and that woman go still marry him. That's why sometimes you always, no matter how bad your ex have treated you, there is somebody out there that will still love you. Because some people are built for something. Some people are used to taking bad behavior. There is no amount of preaching that will preach. Some women love domestic violence. I am telling you this as a counselor. Some women enjoy it. They enjoy narcissism. They enjoy narcissistic people. Yes. Some women cannot date men that are not narcissists. Some women don't like peaceful environment. They only survive on bad boost. They know they die. Those kind of people don't used to die. they survive on what? Bass boost. They don't die. Don't pity them. Don't pity them. That is what they want. Victim. They like drama. They like fights. You know, some people like fights. Some people like blood. Some people like it when the guy beats me, stab me, he'll come and beg me. Some people like it. I have gotten to a point where I respect people's. Yes. So don't pity them. Some people are built for that, your toxic ex. Your own is that since you have realized that you cannot take it, go away now before they kill you. That was the point I got to my life. I told my ex, I love you, but I don't want to die. If I continue like this, I will go mad. Please, let's leave each other in peace so that we can see each other and greet each other. Like I used to tell my ex, as you are seeing me progressing now, you're not happy. I have become everything my ex wanted me to be 10 years ago. The woman I am now is the woman my ex wanted me to be when I was 18 years old. And I told him, it's a process now. I still grew into that woman he wanted. He wanted the best for me. My ex was one husband that would give me money to sort my courses in school. My ex loved me. My ex paid down to my school fees. My ex loved me so much, but he was toxic. He wanted me to grow up so fast. He wanted me to be a woman so fast, yet he married again, which wasn't possible. So the woman I am now is the woman he has always wanted me to be, but it took me 10 years to become this person. So it's not like he's a bad person, or he just has a pattern. And he has found a woman. In fact, I was married to my ex for barely 2 years. He has been married to his ex-wife for almost 5 years. So he has been married to his current wife for almost 5 years. One day, one of my friends told me, Blessing, don't you feel bad sometimes that you married your ex for less than 2 years and somebody's married to him for going to 6-7 years now? Don't you feel that it's something you did not do right? I said, no, I did everything right. It's a pattern. She enjoys the pattern. He did not change. It's still him. But the woman fits, she fits into the pattern. The beating that they gave me is the beating that they are giving her. The difference was maybe he might marry this one might fight him back. But me, I never fought him back. But he did not change. He's still that same man. Some men marry women that we call doormats. We have doormat women. Doormat women are people who are seeking validation from a man. So they will do anything. Even if the man march on top of their head, they will be there. Even if the man stab them 2 times, they will be there. We call them the doormat women. They'll be matching you like this. Yes, those are women that don't have minds of their own. Those are women that have lost their voices. Those are women that have accepted that my life is tied to a man. If I don't have a man, I will die. So that man is their life, is their solar system, is their oxygen. So they will do anything to be there because they feel that once the man leave them, they will die. Those are what are called doormat women. So a lot of men run to such women to feel safe. They don't like strong. A lot of men can't stand strong women. So they call them doormat women. Women who seek validation. Women who have connected and tied their life to a man. So that's why no matter how the man treats them, they will be there. You'll be hearing them say, we die here. We die here. I cannot die for anybody. I'm not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ have died for us. So nobody's died again. So my point is, the easiest way to punish your exes for breaking your heart is to let them go. Let them go. Whenever I look back at my life, I thank God for the day I took the step of leaving my ex-husband. Everything I dreamed for became a reality when I left him. I used to tell him, if I was still with you, I probably would have been selling recharge card, or you probably would have opened one small store for me where I'll be selling biscuits. That was how limited my ex-husband was. He had a small dream, he had a small mind. He didn't have a big vision. But I was a woman who carried authority. I had zest. The zest in me wouldn't have allowed me to stay in the marriage because I knew I could be more than a wife. I wanted to be more than somebody's wife. So no matter how he tried, the zest was there. He couldn't kill it. So I told myself, I'd rather leave you than my vision. My vision is going to give me lots of men to select from. But you will not give me more vision. I sacrificed him and told him goodbye to chase my dreams. And I'm proud I did so because I love the woman that I'm becoming. When I look back at who I was a few years ago, I can't even look at my pictures. There was no blessing see you. There was no voice. I was like every normal girl on Instagram that was trying to find her voice and her feet. I love the woman I've become. When I was with my ex-husband, there was something he used to tell me that I held on to when I left him. He used to tell me, Nkiru, I want you to be better than me. Nkiru, I want you to be richer than me. Nkiru, I want you to do the things that I've never dreamt to do. My ex told me that. And even when I left him, I held on to that word. He really did love me because he wanted the best for me. He tried. But he had a pattern he wasn't willing to adjust from. So I had to let go. I can't keep shrinking to please a man. No. He wasn't willing to adjust for me to enter and sit down. He just wanted me to keep shrinking and struggling. And I was tired and I was exhausted. So I had to let him go. So that's the reason why not every relationship is bound to work. Until you begin to understand this, the better for you. I've told you this thing before. You see all these men that used to come and tell you, you're not married. Shut up. You're not married. Blessing, go and marry. Shut up, Blessing. You know what they do? A lot of men are living in fear. So because of that fear, they will always project marriage to you. Men need marriage more than women. Why do you think they always project marriage to you? They want you to feel like you need them, but you don't. Have you noticed that it's mostly men that project marriage? A woman does not force a man to marry. You hardly even see a woman going to insult a man that is not married. But a man will always project marriage to a woman. They want you to feel like they need you, you need them. You don't. That's what is called projection. If a man wants to insult again, and the next thing he hears, you're not married. Why are you so concerned about my marital status? Oh. Can you hear me?